The JoJo's journey is way too big and exciting, so let's just get right into it. Today, as you know, I'll be explaining all of JoJo's, but let's get some ground rules set. I will only be explaining up to part 2 since JoJo is way too large and I don't want to leave out any major plot lines. And also, more videos mean more watch time. Yahoo! Also, I'll be going over all the major plot points and not every single small fight which didn't contribute much towards the story. So basically, we are skipping the entirety of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure's worst part, Stardust Crusaders. Hello there people, it is me, your classic Bangladeshi scammer, and today we will be talking about all of JoJo's in just one video. Well, part 1 and 2, but anyways, no wasting time, let's jump right into it. The journey of JoJo begins all the way in the 1800s when George Joestar has a son and is almost dying, but is saved by a horrible looking and even more horrible thinking man, Dio's father. When he gets old and is on his deathbed, he tells his son that, hey, when I was your age, I was a bigger piece of shit than you and I helped one super rich guy, and now it's time to take everything from him. So after hearing that, Dio sets out to the Joestar mansion. That is when we get to see the greatest character in all of JoJo's. JoJo is very welcoming to Dio, and how does he repay that? By killing JoJo's dog. Basically what happened was that Dio's entire goal is to get all the Joestar wealth, so he uses underhanded methods to make JoJo's life miserable, and when JoJo beats the shit out of him, he kills Danny. After that, Dio finds out about the stone mask and that it can grant people immortality, so one day he decides to use it and almost fucking dies. Meanwhile, George's health has been on a constant steady decline, so JoJo goes around to find out what the problem is, and there he meets the man who saved JoJo, Robert E.O. Speedwagon. They both instantly become buddies for life, and Speedwagon decides to dedicate his entire life in helping the JoJo bloodline. When they get back, Dio is about to kill George, so they help him. But George dies anyways, and Dio becomes a vampire. In order to find how to beat the vampire Dio, JoJo meets Zeppeli, the guy who knows Hamon, the power to channelize sun with your breathing or breathing in your sun, whatever. And yes, you new gen fans, JoJo did it way before Demon Slayer. With that power, JoJo and the gang make their way to Dio's mansion, where he fights Brunfold in the way and gets the sword of luck and pluck. After reaching Dio's mansion, Zeppeli dies and they finally come face to face with Dio. JoJo fights Dio and chops his head off. Dio is dead. Later, JoJo marries Erina, his childhood love, and they go on their honeymoon on a cruise ship, where you thought it was a honeymoon, but it was a Dio. There he uses his fucking laser eyes and blocks JoJo's windpipe and converts all the passengers into zombies. In one last act of heroism, JoJo sacrifices himself for Erina and dies while holding Dio's head. The story of part 1 is over. In part 2, we skip a few years ahead and now it's around the 1930s. And this time, our protagonist is the best JoJo, Joseph Joestar. Joseph is living with his grandma, Erina. His father is dead and his mother is also dead. One day while having fun in America, where he lived, he meets the guy who was stealing food or money or something, I don't really remember, and the police wanted to beat him up because he was black. There, Joseph makes friends with Smokey. While hanging out, one of the older guys from Jonathan's gang starts attacking random people and drinking their blood. Because he is now a vampire, Joseph uses his brain and beats the fuck out of him and kills him while using the Joestar family's secret technique. Meanwhile, the king Speedwagon has been kidnapped by the greatest army in the world because they have found a man buried deep in the walls who is now alive. Turns out they are the evolution but also the prehistoric version of humans who are way too strong and really smart when it comes to killing. Joseph hears the news and goes to free his grandpa. There he sees the guards are only letting women in, so he makes the perfect disguise. After beating up a few people, he meets Stroheim and Speedwagon and finds out that Santa Nova is on the run. He kills a lot of German soldiers on his way and is now about to kill the gang. But after a heroic sacrifice, Stroheim kills him by blowing himself up. After that, Joseph understands that he needs to become strong, so he hears about this woman Lisa and goes to train from her. There, he meets Shiza and instantly form a friendly rivalry with him. They start training with Lisa and her 2 bodyguards, and we see that she is protecting the Stone of Asia. After a crazy training arc, news comes that they have found 3 more men in the walls. When they get there, one of them, the servant Wamu, wakes up and awakens his masters, AC/DC and cars. In comes the greatest antagonist team and soon to be the strongest JoJo antagonist, the Pillar Men. They kill all the German soldiers and fight JoJo and Shiza. Of course, our protagonists get destroyed, and when they're about to kill JoJo, he asks them for a month. They agree and put 2 poison rings in him so he won't run. The training arc resumes and it's fiercer than ever before. After a while, when the training is almost done, ACDC comes in to kill JoJo or Shiza or Lisa. I don't really remember, but JoJo fights him and kills him insanely smartly. Like I'm telling you, he is the best for a reason. He kills him and gets the first antidote. But right then, a brain thingy sticks to Joseph's back, which then sticks to and controls Suzy Q and sends the Stone of Asia to Kars. The gang goes to claim it but find out that the Germans have taken it. Right there, as they are chilling and talking about it, Kars himself decides to show up and attack them and, take the stone. But to everyone's shock, Stroheim is not dead and is better than ever because German science is the greatest in the world. There, Joseph finds out that Kars can move his bones at super fast speed, cutting light itself, and they get in a tussle to take a hold of the stone. But there, Joseph again uses his brain and gets saved. They travel a bit more and find Kars' mansion. There, they are waiting for it to be daytime, but Shiza is too impatient and decides to go in all alone. In there, he comes face to face with Wamu, the windbender, and after spawning some bubbles like an excited kid, he gets destroyed and dies. JoJo swears for revenge and goes to face Kars and Wamu. They decide that they will fight like true warriors in the Colosseum of Death. After one of the best fights in all of JoJo's, Joseph kills Wamu, who is one of the greatest characters ever. Man, I just love him. And then as their deal, Lisa fights Kars with a fucking scarf and gets destroyed in one of the coolest manners. Like, god damn, part 2 is so good. And like, Kars as an antagonist literally had the best mindset too. Of course, though, the best pillar man will always be Wamu. All of Kars' lackeys attack the now worn out JoJo, but then he gets saved by Speedwagon, Smokey, and Stroheim with their sunlight projection army. And then JoJo regains a little and uses the ultimate brain to fight Kars, and he even fucking beats him. But Kars too is smart as fuck, so when he drops down, he plants his face on the stone mask, and when Stroheim tries to kill him with the sunlight beam, he absorbs it and becomes the ultimate life form. After that, it becomes pretty much impossible to beat him since literally nothing can deal damage to him. So JoJo uses his ultimate technique and runs the fuck away. He gets in a plane and Kars is ready to kill him, but then he pulls a double whammy on him and takes him directly to the active volcano. Turns out even lava can't kill him, and Kars chops off JoJo's hand. And then in one last Hail Mary, JoJo gets lucky and uses the erupting lava and sends Kars straight to space, freezing him forever. People down below think JoJo died, but then he comes back right on his funeral, decides to marry Suzy Q, and that is how part 2 ends. This is literally the best part in all of JoJo's. Like, there is no other part more enjoyable than this one. But there you have it. That is all of JoJo's part 1 and 2 in under 10 minutes, I hope. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give the video a like, maybe even subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're brand new. If you did end up liking this video, I will explain the remaining parts in other videos and do the same for other anime too. But that is all that I have for today. One collection video, a complete uncensored review of everyone's favorite family-friendly anime overflow, and subscribe if you enjoyed. However, hit that subscribe button in the official One Piece English channel. Subscribe right now and let's crush them. If you enjoyed the video and want to help me out, drop a comment down below. It really helps boost the video in the algorithm. People think it doesn't help, but it really does work. So let me know in the comments what your favorite JoJo part is. Thank you so much for watching so far. It means the world to me. What happens when all you want to do is have a nice day in Minecraft and beat the game, but there's a bloodthirsty chat out there who will try anything to kill you? Well, click here to find out. And if you want to watch me rant about some other anime or manga or other stuff, then click here. That is all. Level up quick and don't be a dick. See you next time.